Good afternoon to you, and thanks for joining us on Nationwide on the network service of the NTA. I'm Hawa Salihu Adama. 3 suicide bomb attacks occurred at 3 different locations in Muna Usmanti, Muna Garage, and Muna Ethiopia in Borno State. According to the information officer of the National Emergency Management Agency Northeast, Abdul Qadir Ibrahim, 5 people were killed while 11 others were injured in the incident, which occurred about 4 o'clock on Wednesday morning. Among the dead were 5 suicide bombers and a member of the civilian JTF. The injured persons are receiving treatment at the General Hospital Maiduguri, while the corpses have been deposited at the mortuary by officials of the national and state emergency management agencies. The Senate has received letters from President Muhammadu Buhari requesting the confirmation of non-career ambassadors, the appointment of the chairman, Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, as well as approval of the federal government 2016-2018 external borrowing plan. Meanwhile, at a valedictory session, the legislators eulogized late Senator Isiaka Adeleke. Moving on now, also the House of Representatives has received an executive communication from President Muhammadu Buhari requesting the approval of $6.9 billion 2016-2018 federal borrowing plan. The president explained that the loan will enable the government begin the rehabilitation of the Northeast, provide for the poor, as well as the Lagos-Ibadan, Kano, Kaduna, and Lagos-Calabar railway projects.
Our economy and the need to urgently address some of our infrastructure deficiencies in order to quickly improve the livelihood of our people, it has become imperative that we work together in an expeditious way to get our economy out of recession and back to growth. Honorable members, an expeditious consideration and approval of this request will go a long way in bringing stability to the Northeast, an improvement in our infrastructure, and by extension, a general improvement in the economy and livelihood of our great people. In view of the above, the honorable members are invited to urgently consider and approve all the above projects totaling a sum of $6.926 billion US.
And away from the National Assembly, more than 1,600 participants are attending a sensitization forum preparatory to the mock examination to be conducted by JAMB this Saturday ahead of the 2017 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination, UTME. Franca Uzoma Olua reports that interested candidates who applied for the examination are expected to write the mock free of charge.
These are members of staff of JAMB, technical advisors, partners and service providers who will play critical roles in the conduct of the forthcoming mock examination. The meeting is designed to sensitize staff on the most effective ways of conducting JAMB examinations and providing sincere services to Nigerians.
Those who believe that the path we are taking will cause some economic misfortune for them, I have nothing but apology to them, because I believe the nation first.
For now, JAMB says the CBT technology has been tested and ready to function effectively.
We have created another alternative for those who may not be able to try the mouse. If you can use cell phone, that's what you call mobile phone. If you can use it by pressing A, B, C, D, you can write our examination by pressing the answer A, B. Don't touch the mouse if you don't know it. But if you know how to use the mouse, use it.
The mock examination is part of efforts to test JAMB's readiness for the 2017 UTME in May.
As candidates get set to write the mock examination this Saturday, JAMB says it is poised to give Nigeria in examination delivery with efficiency as the watchword. Franca Uzoma Olua, NTA News.
And the Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, has maintained that the dredging of the Ajokuta-Onitsha waterways would be carried out by local contractors so as to reduce cost. The minister said this when he received members of the APC delegation from Rivers State. Oyinaya Kalu-Oka has that report.
After a closed-door meeting with the APC delegation from Rivers State, the minister said the dredging of the waterways will ensure smooth navigation of barges and vessels all year round.
Listen, we don't have money, so what we're doing is and that's a good idea. The newer boss Kusaba, has tried to get back our own dredgers to do the dredging ourselves, not by contract.
Members of the APC delegation from Rivers State said the party is impressed with the achievements of the ministry in repositioning the transport sector.
We are focused and understand the need to improve on our transportation to people and understanding the fact that transportation is key to our economic recovery.
The dredging of the Ajokuta-Onitsha waterways is expected to commence soon. Oyinaya Kalu-Oka, NTA News.
The federal government says it remains committed in its quest to provide affordable and quality housing for Nigerians. Head of the Civil Service of the Federation, Winifred Oyoita, gave this assurance when she declared open the Federal Integrated Staff Housing Program, FISH. Adebola Brookslin Sunday has the details.
The issue of accommodation is affecting me because I am staying very far from my working place, of which I find it difficult to come to the work.
Investigations reveal that Mustafa Suleiman is one out of about 90% of civil servants who do not have a house of their own across the Federation. To address this challenge, the Office of the Head of the Civil Service of the Federation organized the summit to bring together key players in the housing sector from both public and private sectors.
The salaries and wages of workers are under stress from competing needs. But at the same time, we believe that with the home ownership by civil servants, other household need problems are surmountable.
We hope to enter into partnership with manufacturers of building materials for discounted volume prices to drive the cost of houses much lower.
100 civil servants who will be given preferential treatment in the program emerged after a lottery.
All beneficiaries of this scheme will be issued with a certificate of occupancy after satisfactory compliance with the guidelines for development.
Another highlight of the event was the fulfillment of government's promise to the family of a mother of 5 babies.
3-bedroom, registration and every other thing will be free of charge. In addition to the fact that the house is also free of charge. I want to thank the President of Nigeria, President Muhammad Buhari, that these children are coming in his time.
Organizers said the program is a subset of federal government housing plan, and the summit has its theme, innovative strategies for affordable housing. Adebola, Brookslin Sunday, NTA News.
Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Walter Onogen, has urged magistrates to be conscious of their role in the nation's judicial system, which has the likelihood of affecting the image of the third arm of government. He stated these in a message to the annual refresher course for magistrates in Nigeria, which took place at the National Judicial Institute in Abuja. Femi Okeo reports.
Magistrates are the closest level of court officers to judges of courts of records. A high level of criminal matters pass through their courts, and in most instances they have been accused of compounding the congestion problems of prisons through the various kinds of remand orders they exercise. But the justice system of Nigeria also makes them almost indispensable to the nation's justice sector. The Chief Justice of Nigeria, in his message, therefore warned that such powers could be abused and can in turn affect the image of the judiciary.
The public expects that your case disposal rates and balanced decisions will portray the judiciary as one where justice is done and seen to be done without delay or bias. No doubt it is clear that much is expected of our magistrates, and the honor bestowed upon your office flows from your conduct in and out of court.
The theme of the course is modernizing judicial practice and procedures in law.
I know as a fact that it has not always been smooth sailing because most courts at grassroots are not adequately equipped with suitable facilities that will enable them to function optimally.
Femi Okeowo, NTA News.
Lagos police parades Isawo kidnapped suspects. For more on these and other stories on Nationwide, let's now join Vera in our Lagos Network Center. Over to you.
Thank you, Hawa, and welcome to Lagos. The Lagos State Police Command has paraded 9 suspected pipeline vandals along militants and murderers who allegedly terrorized residents of Ishawo in the Ikorodu area of the state. They were arrested during a special operation by the Zonal Intervention Squad.
Following police investigations on the recent killing of security operatives in Ishawo area of Ikorodu, special squad were detailed on the 17th of April to track down the suspected murderers. 6 of the criminals ran out of luck as they were arrested at Ogiji and Ikorodu areas of Lagos State. Items recovered from the suspects include 2 pump-action rifles, 4 live cartridges, and 2 pumping machines. Other items are 1 army bulletproof jacket, face cap, charms, and Toyota Corolla car.
Although they exchanged gun battle with the police, but the police actually surmounted them and they were arrested.
Another group of 4 were arrested for pipeline vandalism in the early hours of Tuesday, 25th April 2017, with 150 kegs of petroleum products. Also recovered from the suspect is a truck with registration number AAA 665XM.
The AIG is also informing the members of the public that we still seek their cooperation in the area of information giving, and we will continue to do more in order to sanitize Lagos and Ogun.
The police public relations officer in charge of Zone 2 Command Lagos says as soon as investigations are concluded, the suspect will be charged to court.
The Nigerian Army has continued to equip its personnel with requisite skills and competencies towards attaining professionalism in the discharge of its constitutional duties. This was the focus at this year's 81 Divisions Corporal and Below Competition 2017 in Lagos. Lynn Leneke has details.
The recent casualties recorded when a patrol team was ambushed at Ishawo area of Lagos necessitated the intensive training for the Army personnel. The corporal and below competition is aimed at improving the junior leadership traits, their organizational ability, and inculcating initiative in the stipulated rank brackets. The General Officer commanding 81 Division, Major General Ebenezer Oyefulu, explained that the duties and responsibilities of the corporal and below cadre are challenging. He also noted that this cadre is critical in carrying out external and internal operations.
These events were particularly selected to ensure discipline, fitness, and combat efficiency of the soldier. It is therefore imperative that they are properly trained to ensure they can easily bridge the gap between the senior non-commissioned officers and the very junior ranks.
Commander 9 Brigade Brigadier General Elias Atu, while emphasizing the relevance of the training, stressed that it is only through proper realistic training and steadfast leadership that soldiers and units can reach their full capabilities and be most effective.
And the harder you train in peacetime, the less you bleed in war.
The 4 groups, comprising of participants drawn from all formations in the 81 Division, are expected to compete in drill, physical fitness, obstacle crossing, map reading, combat swimming, skills at arms, and shooting competition. In Lagos, Lynn Lenake, NTA News.
A total number of 253 Nigerians who traveled to Libya illegally have been deported back to Nigeria. The Deputy Director, Search and Rescue, National Emergency Management Agency, Dr. Onimode Bandele, who was at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, to receive the returnees, said the agency will do everything within its powers to integrate them back into the society. Rotimi Oluwagbemi reports.
The returnees who are excited to be back home comprise of 242 adults, both male and female, 6 children and 5 infants. Dr. Onimode Bandele, who represented the Director General of NEMA, enjoined Nigerian youths to develop a positive mindset about their country and take advantage of our abundant resources instead of risking their lives in foreign countries for the sake of greener pasture.
Let's thank God that these ones have returned safely. We read it every day in the news that the situation in Libya is not what it used to be. While we thank God for their safe return, our advice as government is for everybody who is a Nigerian to strive hard, to work very hard, because opportunity abounds for all of us to become what we want to become in Nigeria.
Some of the returnees spoke with NTA News.
It's not advisable to allow your friends, your brothers or your sisters to go to Libya.
There are so many Nigerians there now, so I just want people to help them the same way we come to this place.
So I love my country. So I cannot say maybe other country is better than my country. My country is my country.
2 of the returnees who had medical cases are now stabilized. In Lagos, Rotimi Oluwagbemi, NTA News.
The need to amend the current constitution of Nigeria has been advocated. Speakers at a public lecture organized by the United Action for Change, who made the advocacy, say the amendment will ensure fairness and hasten development of the country. Tunde Saiki reports that the theme for the public lecture is constitutional restructuring, an exercise in perpetuity.
The guest lecturer, Professor Nsongurua Udombana, who titled his lecture Constitutional Restructuring in Nigeria and Impact Assessment, posited that restructuring is realizable if there is a strong political will.
There have been a lot of political conferences, national conferences, all kinds of conferences. So the idea already there is just to take these ideas and implement them.
Other speakers at the forum urged civil society groups, religious organizations to mobilize and educate their members on the need to demand for a review of the nation's constitution to reflect the will of the people.
Do we really need a presidential or a parliament? Which one will help us better? What is the cost implication? What are the constraints in the presidential constitution?
The government is really serious about moving Nigeria forward. Then the 2014 confab report is the best place to start from.
The convener of the group, Dr. Moise Banere, chronicled the nation's efforts at arriving at a desired and appropriate constitution for the people.
Our position strongly is that there is a need to redress all this one, and also the issue of the federal character of the quota system, all this one, we have to urgently address the manner that will be largely based on competence and merit.
The United Action for Change is a non-governmental organization with the aim of engaging and sensitizing Nigerians on the significance of change in a society. In Lagos, Tunde Saiki, NTA News.
And these are top stories from Lagos at this hour. Nationwide News continues with Hawa in Abuja. Good evening.
Many thanks to you, Vera. Moving on now, the Kano Emirates Council has refuted the allegation making the rounds in the social media and newspapers that it squandered 4 billion naira. The wali in Kano, Bashir Wali, said these while briefing journalists in Kano. Madaki Ali reports.
The refutal is contained in a 7-page document of the Emirate Council read to journalists. While briefing journalists at the palace, the wali in Kano explained that before the appointment of the present emir, it inherited 2.8 billion, out of which 981.7 million was used for the payment of the late Ado Bayero Royal City project. To this end, he said the sum of 1.8 billion naira was the exact sum inherited by His Royal Highness Muhammadu Sanusi II against the alleged claim of 4 billion naira. Similarly, the wali in Kano said the sum of 152.6 million was paid for the procurement of furniture for the palace after the demise of the late Ado Bayero, while his belongings were also distributed to his heirs according to Islamic injunctions. In the same vein, the while Kano said the 2 bulletproof cars purchased by the council were done based on the advice and approval of state government following attacks on the late Emir while on his way from Murtala Muhammad Mosque. On the purchase of 2 Rolls-Royce cars, he said the cars were never purchased by the Emirate Council, but donation to Muhammad Sanusi II by his friends.
In a given time, wannan committee suke da bukata we are ever ready about the full cooperation namu yadda za su cimma nasarar bincikensu.
Other issues touched by the briefing include review of salaries and allowances, payment to Airtel Nigeria, grants from local government and states, as well as air tickets. From Kano, Malaria, NTA News.
And traditional rulers in Nasarawa State have resolved to work closely with the state government and security agencies to end clashes and other communal attacks in some communities in the state. The traditional rulers made the resolution when they met with the governor, Umaru Tanko Al-Makura, in Lafia. Joshua Ojitu completes the report.
In recent times, some communities, especially in the southern and northern senatorial districts of Nasarawa State, were engulfed in communal crises in addition to farmers-herdsmen clashes, leaving devastating effects in the affected communities. As peace gradually returns to the state, the chairman of the State Council of Chiefs and the Emir of Lafia, Alhaji Issa Mustafa Agwe I, led traditional rulers in the state to interface and review the peace-building process in the state with Governor Umaru Tanko Al-Makura and how to sustain it and ensure true reconciliation amongst ethnic nationalities in the state. The Emir of Lafia emphasized that with the success story recorded through the state government conflict resolution mechanism, it becomes necessary for traditional rulers to engage their subject in robust dialogue to ensure that all victims of communal crisis in the state return to their permanent abode, more so with the onset of the rainy season. Also, traditional rulers and community leaders must monitor influx of people into their domains as well as provide useful information to security agencies on how to reduce to the barest minimum crime rates in the state. Governor Umaru Tanko Al-Makura restated the commitment of government in ensuring that the existing peace in the state is sustained.
And as normalcy returns to crisis-ravaged communities in Nasarawa State, the state government is to commence the reconstruction of all public structures that were destroyed during the crisis, as well as provide additional relief materials to all the affected victims.
On his recent trip to China, Governor Al-Makura, who met separately with traditional rulers and state assembly members, as well as members of the State Executive Council, said before the end of the year, the people of Nasarawa State will reap the gains of the visit in areas of agriculture, real estate, and coal mining.
They are soon going to be in the country for exploration, which will take few months.
In Lafia, Joshua Ojitu, NTA News.
And Nigerians are advised to rise above the blame game, pain or sentiments and be committed to peace building in sustaining the victory over insurgency. This was part of the submission of discussants on NTA's current affairs program, Tuesday Live. Talatu Ezirike reports.
Peace building is a global practice that has worked for countries such as Rwanda in healing wounds for overall growth. Analysts say Nigerians' victory over insurgency can be sustained through active participation of traditional and religious institutions and the media in addressing the narratives of pains, mistrust and fear.
The responsibility of every Nigerian in building peace is for the person to have introspection and to say, for me as an individual, peace today and always will begin with me.
Everybody must have to develop the culture of self-policing. Love the country, love your neighbor, be disciplined, instill discipline in your children.
Others stress the need to checkmate the excesses of the social media in escalating crisis and sincerity of purpose in peace-building process.
People now trust the authorities. People are now ready to expose whoever is involved. And some of them are also willing now, seeing that they have almost got to the end of the road. They are willing to lay down their arms and surrender themselves.
We don't deal with early warning signs. We usually wait for things to escalate, and then we have the kind of situation we are facing, the dire situation we're facing in the Northeast.
The voice of the people, they say, is the voice of God. Hence, these views from ordinary Nigerians, part of which is a call for poverty alleviation and education as key factors for sustainable peace.
Be taught on how they can live in peace with one another.
The general interest is for Nigeria to go the full hop with conflict resolution, mediation, peace building, as well as socio-economic integration of affected people. Talati Ezorike, NTA News.
And Charles is on standby in our Makurdi Network Center for more on Nationwide. Over to you.
Thank you for joining us in Makurdi. Officers and men of the Nigeria Police Force have been urged to be more proactive in tackling security challenges in the country. Deputy Inspector General of Police, North Central Zone, Shuaibu Gambo, gave the advice while addressing the operatives in Makurdi, the Benue State capital. Here are the details. The Deputy Inspector General of Police, Shuaibu Gambo, was received at the Police Zone 4 headquarters, where he inspected the Guard of Honor. The DIG was quick to explain that the Inspector General of Police, Idris Ibrahim, is marshalling all resources at his disposal to ensure a crime-free Nigeria and expects all officers and men of the force to be disciplined and operate within the rules of the force.
We need to make sure that we maintain and improve upon the discipline in the Nigerian Police Force today.
He also assured them of adequate motivation in the areas of promotion, housing, training and retraining, as well as improved packages during retirement. When the DIG met with the members of the Police Community Relations Committee and the Eminent People's Forum, he appreciated their synergy with the police in fighting crime and urged them to sustain the relationship. Commissioner of Police Bashir Makama and some members of the PCRC commended the IG on his efforts in combating security challenges in the country. They, however, decried the sophistication of weapons in the hands of criminal elements in the state. The DIG assured them of positive response by the Inspector General of Police. In Makurdi, Charles Abba, NTA News. Hope keeps rising for the people of Ngada Special Development Area in Taraba State as construction of the first modern healthcare center in the area has been started by an American missionary organization. Joseph Zanas Gambles reports that the American Missionary Organization also carried out free medical outreach for the people.
The Ngada Special Development Area, carved out of 5 local government areas in Taraba State, is a landmass with a population of about 33,000 people. It has been long neglected, lacking government presence until recently, after the wife of the Taraba State Governor, Anna Darius Ishaku, became the first public figure to brave the rough terrain to visit the area. To complement the effort of government in opening up the area and providing basic amenities, the American Missionary Organization, GECHAN, has begun the construction of its first healthcare center for the people of the area. Director General of the organization, Dr. Dan Gibbs, while inspecting the progress of work on the project in Sunkuru, the headquarters of the Special Development Area, said GECHAN is focused on delivering results in health, education, water, and sanitation.
It's really important for these people to have a facility here that they can attend to their needs here without having to go someplace else.
Meanwhile, the organization has also conducted a free medical outreach program during which over 3,000 people were treated for common ailments. Some of the beneficiaries, who were full of gratitude for the initiative, said life is becoming more meaningful with the efforts being put in place by government and the development partners to transform the area. Coordinator of the Ngada Special Development Area, Reverend Joseph Titus Langombe, said the people of the area are willing to embrace and contribute to all initiatives that will contribute to the development of the area and their welfare. In Jalingo, Joseph Zanagambo, NTA News.
And from the health sector comes a report that the second phase of the national polio immunization exercise, which targets over 100,000 children in Benue State.
Sorry, we cannot continue with our Makudi Network Center due to the unsteady audio from that zone. Moving on now, you can watch this news live online via the NTA mobile app, which you can download on your Android device at the Google Play Store or at the Apple Store if you use devices with iOS. And it's time to take some messages. Nationwide returns shortly. Do stay.
Change does not just happen. You and I and all of us must appreciate that we all have our part to play if we want to bring change about. We must change our lawless habits, our attitude to public office, and public trust. We must change our unruly behavior in schools, hospitals, marketplaces, motor parks, on the roads, in homes and offices. To bring about change, we must change ourselves by being law-abiding citizens.
You know, after 4 years of marriage, he still treats me like we're married today.
You're so lucky.
I am.
I wish I were you.
God, why? Why me?
I wish I was in your shoes. Let us swap positions. We all say these words, but wait a moment. Look beneath the surface. All that glitters may not be gold. The style of Joe may not look good on Peter.
All these boys wearing body hug up and down, making guy left, right, and center. Are they better than me?
You always look mature in your agbada. So what is this you're wearing today?
Your rib-cracking comedy. Professor John Bull tackles another social issue in Copy Copy. Those who wish to be like others.
Look at me going to a supermarket with common 100 naira bread when my mates are buying things worth 35,000 naira.
No two fingers are equal. Every family must live within their means.
Showing at 8:30 p.m. every Tuesday and Friday on NTA Network International and Star Times.
Over and out.
Brought to you by Glow.
Welcome to the new speed of life.
Now, you can hold that dream occasion without stress. Horizon Caterers will provide answers to all your catering questions. Exquisite hall designs, mouth-watering and nourishing local and continental cuisine, suitable for all types of ceremonies, including weddings, AGMs, business luncheon, cocktails. Name it, we can bring it. Our chefs and executive waiters give your guests that unforgettable experience in service. Our service covers all states of the Federation. Call us today to book your occasions. 0805-502-9637, 0803-450-9726, 0909-9708-111. Horizon Caterers. Experience catering beyond the horizon.
Jesus in the west, Jesus in the north, and the south.
Hello, I'm Cyril Stober. Let me introduce you to my colleague, incisive reporter and vibrant minister of gospel music, Saint Ruben Okara. In the newsroom, we call him the Saint.
Yes, in Abuja, everywhere you go.
I'd like to invite you to the public presentation of Breaking News. That's a music album by Saint Ruben Okala.
Everywhere you go. Praise be to God.
And it's all taking place on Saturday, the 29th of April, 2017, at the Cultural Center, Area 10, Abuja. It's at 4 o'clock in the evening. See you there.
Admission forms for the 2017-2018 academic session of NTA Television College JAWS into its diploma programs are now on sale. The diploma programs are in film and TV production, broadcast journalism, and TV engineering technology. Applicants are required to have at least 5 credits, including English language and mathematics at SSE, NECO, or GCO levels in not more than 1 sitting. Application forms can be obtained from the TV College Refi JAWS or at any NTA zonal centers nationwide on payment of of a no-refundable fee of 7,500 naira in bank draft in favor of NTA Television College. Completed application forms should be returned to the Office of the Academic Secretary, NTA Television College, or the Center of Purchase on or before 28th of July 2017. For further inquiries, please call 0806 980 9807 or 0703 660 7155. NTA Television College, training you to be the best you can be.
The public is invited to the presentation of a book, Our Progressives Congress, The Making of a Change Agent, authored.
Chimdimma Ndebise reports.
The story of African diasporan communities helping in the development of their home countries has been on the front burner lately. With Nigerians constituting 70% of black doctors in the Americas, the senior special assistant to the president on foreign affairs and diaspora challenges them to avail the country of their medical expertise.
Hospitals can be given to you. You can take a hospital in every zone and say, okay, we're coming here, like we've identified, maybe it's maternal mortality and all these issues. You focus on the problem areas and then we can see concrete results. A lot of times you see patients and then you go back.
Coincidentally, the visits by the doctors provided the synergy being sought by the Center for Integrated Health Programs, which also visited the senior special assistant to the president.
We can have the diasporans work together with medical colleagues in Nigeria to actually build good structures, equip, and we have very good intensive care units.
We have a better idea of how we can collaborate with the Office of the Special Assistant in terms of the Diaspora program, with some of the other people we meet here in terms of the emergency response, and critical care in the Nigerian hospital.
The doctors have carried out free surgeries for 37 patients and provided auxiliary services for over 400 others in Lagos State. In Abuja, Chimdimma Ndebise, NTA News.
Still talking health, increased collaboration and synergy amongst relevant government and donor agencies will help fast-track efforts in fighting malaria in Nigeria. This forms part of views shared by experts on NTA's program, Good Morning Nigeria, on how malaria can be controlled and eliminated in the country. Saliu Abdullahi has more.
Malaria remains a serious health issue that affects millions of people globally. Despite several efforts, malaria still accounts for more than 80 million illnesses and about 300,000 deaths annually in Nigeria. The guest revealed that Nigeria's climate, lack of proper diagnosis and research, as well as complacency on the part of the government, are factors responsible for slow progress towards elimination of malaria.
If the mosquito does not die when you spray or when it perches on the AIN, it's no longer useful. So this is the area I think we should be looking at. The major problem, available and continued financing.
The breeding of mosquito is inside water and it lays the larva inside water. So there is some biolarbicides that if you now put into those body waters, it will kill the larva. And this is there is some collaboration between the ECOWAS countries and to establish this factory in Nigeria.
They say Nigeria could surmount the threat through increased funding and sensitization by government and donor agencies ahead of the target period set to eliminate malaria in Nigeria by the year 2020. The guest also called on government to ensure people get access to treated mosquito nets, which is now being produced locally.
It is an act that as we increase the utilization of
for traders drawn from the 37 markets spread across the state. The third raffle draw drew eminent personalities who participated in the selection of the 100 winners. Presenting the checks of 50,000 naira to each of the winners, Governor Ugwan charged them to reinvest the money into their respective business ventures that would in turn improve the economic growth of the state.
And therefore offers traders in the Enugu West Territorial Zone the opportunity to be actively and beneficially involved in the new socio-economic atmosphere that we have brought to the area. As paucity of funds will not allow us to attend to every trader personally, we decided to take the option of a lottery draw that will give all traders in the zone an equal opportunity to benefit from the scheme every month.
Some of the winners who were overwhelmed described the scheme as remarkable. The empowerment scheme, which is being rotated among the 3 senatorial zones of the state, is worth 60 million naira annually. In Enugu, Ijomu Gweke, NTA News.
The need to standardize made-in-Aba products for international markets has been re-emphasized. This was re-echoed during the 2017 Business and Economic Forum held by Abia State Government in conjunction with the Nigeria-American Chamber of Commerce. Grace Nana has a report.
There are different made-in-Aba products such as shoes, cosmetics, metals, motors, clothes, bags, agricultural products, machines, and others. Governor of Abia State, represented by the Deputy Governor, Udo Okochukwu, said the visit of Nigeria-America Chamber of Commerce to Abia State will open more international doors in the marketing of Aba-made products, as the state government is creating more conducive environments for businesses to thrive.
Our brothers and sisters who are doing businesses outside Abia State, we are encouraging you to come and invest in Abia State.
President Nigerian America Chamber of Commerce, Olabitan Famutumi, said he's amazed at the products that are produced in Aba, but regretted that some of these products do not have made in Aba labels on them, but rather have foreign labels, adding that the forum is aimed at promoting trade relations between United States of America and Africa. In their speeches, the Commissioner for Industries and Commerce, Henry Iko, and others say Abia State is safe for industries to thrive, and they are making sure that Aba-made products are accepted worldwide. There were also lectures on paper presentations on standardization, packaging, marketing, and advertising of products. Some participants say they were happy to be part of the event, as the forum has provided a platform to showcase their products while appreciating the state government for encouraging and promoting made-in-Aba products. In Aba, Grace Nana, NTA News.
Also from Aba, electricity consumers in Abia State have cried out over dangers posed by the sagging of high-tension cables in the area. They are appealing to the Enugu Electricity Distribution Company, Aba District, to urgently address the issue to ensure the protection of lives and property of consumers. Kelechi Okata has details.
Most worrisome are sagging high-tension wires that pass through residential areas in the city. The premises of the Nigerian Television Authority, Aba, have such sagging tension wires sited at the areas being used by staff for farming.
It's high-tension wire. This is a danger zone, and it required immediate attention because people do farm around here, and you can see the wire yourself, very close to the ground.
Yeah, this is a 33 kV line. And the thing is too low to the ground, so which is not good and it can affect somebody.
Another location is the Aba Depot, where shops and residential buildings with iron shades and tankers lined up with inflammables, as well as Ovon village. These wires have come down so low that the lives of people around those areas are in danger if not promptly adjusted.
Even sometimes you see the cables falling on buildings, and these are corrugated buildings which are conductors of electricity also. Precautions should be taken before high tensions are passed through residential areas.
Effort to speak with staff of EEDC Aba District proved abortive, but investigations revealed that repeated appeals have been made to EEDC previously on this issue. In Aba, Kelechi Okata, NTA News.
That's all from here. Hawa has more on Nationwide.
Thanks, Ngozi. And we now have film reports of the Senate report earlier carried, where we said the Senate has received letters from President Muhammadu Buhari requesting the confirmation of non-career ambassadors, the appointment of the chairman Nigeria Electricity Regulatory Commission, as well as approval of the federal government 2016-2018 external borrowing plan.
As you are aware, the funds available under the China-Africa Fund are limited, and loan applications from all African countries are funded based on first come, first served. And therefore, there's an urgent need for us to sign these loans as soon as they are approved, or we may lose out in the event that we delay in signing the loan agreement.
At a valedictory session, the legislators eulogized late Senator Isiaka Adeleke.
Rose from Enugu State, he is the 4th senator. Adeleke, as we've been told, was born at Enugu. He grew up in Enugu and he imbibed the Igbo spirit. He imbibed the spirit of republicanism, and nobody drives him by the nose.
While in the Senate, the late Adeleke served as chairman, Senate Committee on INEC, 2007 to 2011, chairman, Senate Committee on Capital Market, 2015 to 2017.
And it's time to join our Sokoto Network Center, where Asmao is standing by.
Good afternoon and welcome to Sokoto. The Independent National Electoral Commission will commence the continuous voter registration exercise and distribution of permanent voters' cards from tomorrow. Sadia Umar Digi reports that the exercise is expected to last for 60 days.
The continuous voters registration and distribution of permanent voters' cards is to accommodate citizens that just turned 18 years of age, those who did not register in the previous exercise for one reason or the other, and those who have relocated to another place outside the unit they registered. The Administrative Secretary, Independent National Electoral Commission, Sokoto Muhammad Abubakar Sadiq, said preparations have been concluded across the state for the exercise. He said the exercise will be conducted in all the 23 local government areas of the state from 9 o'clock in the morning to 3 o'clock in the afternoon of the working days.
A continuous activity that will be allowed up to 2 months to election, that is 60 days to election. So people are free, for now up to 27. But then I must also mention it's an activity that will take place in the local government offices, 23 local government offices.
The Administrative Secretary explained that during the exercise, remnants of the permanent voters' card will also be distributed to the rightful owners. A stakeholders meeting was also organized by the Independent National Electoral Commission, Sokoto, on operational guidelines for the exercise, and in attendance were different stakeholders that included security agencies and political parties, among others. In Sokoto, Sadia Umar Digi, NTA News.
A lawmaker in the Sokoto State House of Assembly, Alhaji Aminu Bala Bodinga, has taken the lead to educate and sensitize parents and guardians on the importance of girl-child education with a view to enhancing school enrollment. Again, Sadia Umar Digi reports.
The sensitization campaign, which brought together stakeholders in the educational sector, traditional and religious leaders, as well as female students, identified some key challenges of girl-child education. These include lack of parental care and guidance, religious and social factors, among others. Commenting on the purpose of sensitization campaign, member representing Bodinga South and Chairman House Committee on Education Alhaji Aminu Bala Bodinga, represented by Abubakar Chika, said the visit was to encourage and educate parents on the need to allow their children pursue their education like their female counterparts. Leader of the Women Professional Group and State Secretary, National Association of Women Journalists, Safia Abdullahi, expressed optimism that the campaign will assist them to change the negative perception of girl-child education in some quarters. She equated educating a girl child to educating the whole nation.
Representatives of other professional women groups who spoke during the visit enjoined parents to support their female wards acquire both Islamic and Western education so as to contribute to the development of their communities. District Head of Bodinga, Muhammad Bello Abdurrauf, and representative of Ardon Dingyadi commended the initiative of taking the lead in promoting girl-child education in his constituency. Among the villages visited during the campaign include Dingyadi, Bodinga Town, Kaurad Miu, and Badau. In Sokoto, Sadia Umar Digi, NTA News.
And that's it from Sokoto. It's back to Hawa for more on Nationwide. Good afternoon.
Thanks, Asmao. And on the global scene, United Kingdom to rename famous concert hall linked to a slave trader, and senior general escapes kidnap attempt as people in northwest Guinea protest against prolonged power outage and pollution. For more reports on global tidbits, it's over to Ronke Kolawole.
The Central African Republic, the U.S. Special Forces have started pulling out to end coalition with African Union-led force fighting the Ugandan rebel group, saying the 5-year operation had already rendered the rebel group irrelevant and its leader, Kony, ineffective. Report from Guinea says oppression of bauxite miners have been halted, while equipment and other valuables have been destroyed by demonstrators out of frustration of power cuts and high level of pollution. Report says poverty remains high, despite the availability of a third out of the world's bauxite reserves in the country. In the United Kingdom, the famous coasting hall sited in Bristol is to be rebranded to remove its association with a slave trader, Edward Colston, who made fortune transporting slaves from West Africa in 17th and 18th centuries. Bristol, the southwestern English port city, was at the heart of the country's slave trade. In other news, French government says it can provide evidence that the Syrian Air Force undoubtedly last month attacked a northern Syrian town with a chemical weapon, as samples taken from the scene of attack bore the signature of the Syrian government. Syrian President Bashar al-Assad dismissed the claim as a fabrication. In China, the first domestically built aircraft carrier has been launched to further display the growth in military strength amid ongoing tension in the South China Sea. For Global Tidbits, Ronka Kolawole, NTA News.
Sports now. Nigeria is set to face Italy in Beach Soccer World Cup Group B opener Thursday in the Bahamas, as Abuja prepares to host the world in the 2017 Tonbin Diak Gladiators Tennis Tournament. At 9. Good evening.